When at last we weary of chasing after chimeras, names and forms, shadows and dust, finally we turn inward. When we are no longer content with the moon's mere reflection in the water, finally we seek the source of that reflection. And if we do so ardently, passionately, with great and sincere devotion, with single-pointed focus and determination, we must experience the timeless, archetypal miracle that the masters speak of. Archetypal, but always manifesting afresh, uniquely, artfully, originally, as on the first day of the world. For the revelation is always new, and time, that craven sorcerer, is but an empty ghost. We cannot fail in our endeavour if we are earnest, because the miracle cannot deny us any more than we can deny the miracle. No one can deny that something magic, something quite funky, is going on. Even the most dour materialist must admit the miracle of consciousness. I am, I am, I am. Who has not stood trembling before the dawning sky and cried it? I am, I am, I am. That is the miracle. That and every single manifestation, the ever-unfolding sky, every rock, every blade of grass, every cloud, every snowflake. When we say, I am this or I am that, we lie to ourselves. Such are the false worlds we build with our words and with our thoughts. But when we simply say, I am, and stop there, we give verbal expression to the miracle. And though words are but mere pointers, the utterance I am comes closest. Comes closest to expressing the truth of our being, and no one can deny that they are. The very act of denial proves that they are. People look everywhere for evidence of the miraculous. To a man who can walk on water, to a man who can turn water into wine. But these are the tricks of a cheap magician. In truth, we need look no further for the miracle than the opening of a flower at dawn, a sudden downpour in the high heat of summer, the plaintive cry of an owl in the stillness of the night, the thunderous song of the waves crashing upon the ocean shore. Forget about cultivating magical powers. Forget the practice of yogic feats, the performance of superhuman abilities, austerities, the deft and clever mastery over the body and over nature. Such abilities rely on a witness to be impressed by them, and thus only strengthen the knot that binds us. The only trick worth cultivating is the trick of simply being. Being the self whom you always were and whom you ever shall be. And simply being who you really are already, and devoid of all trappings, all appendages, all complications, is really no trick at all. If we would know the self, then we ought not drive a wedge between things. Do not discriminate, hold no preferences, cling to no opinions. We must discard our faith and our hope. These impoverishments of spirit, these bankrupt ideals, make us live and long for some future transcendence, and they rob us of our here and our now. If we would apprehend the miracle, then we must forget dogma, liturgy, ecclesiastical hierarchy, priests, gurus, and the institutions and rule makers who seek to hold us fast. We must forget all religion. And forget about fortune, fame, identity and legacy. History and the world need not remember us, and given a little time, they certainly won't remember us. No one needs to remember us, and the true masters leave no track or trace upon the infinite, spotless sky over which they have soared, come and gone. Forget those saints and mystics who have come before. They found their own way, but it will not work for you. Their way cannot work for you. Only your way can work for you, for the miracle in its unfolding is always original, must always be original. The divine countenance is no mimicry. We must each find our own way to the mountain's peak. And especially forget those who would presume to place themselves between you and the miracle, those usurpers who would dare to act as intermediaries on your behalf, and, of course, to charge some kind of fee for doing so. Forget institutions, forget flags, anthems, leaders, followers, ideologies, movements, social graces, rules, taboos, superstitions and rituals. And ultimately, forget all you have learned. All that knowledge fills us with so much nonsense, such that there remains no room left within our hearts for the divine to reside therein. Why beg for tiny morsels and mercies at the feet of the gods? The gods are but our crude imaginings, hollow phantoms that evaporate in the blazing light of illumination. They are false idols. We are the real gods, and we must answer only to ourselves. For we are the immortals. Hear us roar, hear us roar, hear us roar.